if the blood of Jesus only made it to the foot of the cross, you're still going to hell, and so am I. Which leads me into my next point. The proof that God was manifesting his plan through Jesus was through a powerful resurrection. Now watch this. When the priest came out on Atonement Day and the family offered up the lamb at the brazen altar, the throat was cut, the blood was shed. If the blood of that lamb stayed there at that altar, none of them experienced forgiveness. The high priest had to put that blood in a vessel, walk in past the holy place, go behind the veil into the holiest of holies, and with a piece of hyssop, he would sprinkle that blood 7 times on the mercy seat of God. If that blood did not make it to the mercy seat, then nobody got forgiveness. When Jesus shed his blood on the cross, for 3 days and 3 nights, he laid lifeless and silent in a borrowed tomb. And on the 3rd day, in a powerful resurrection, he raised himself by his own power and walked out of the grave. The stone was not rolled away to let Jesus out. It was rolled away to let the disciples in. Jesus stepped through the walls of that cemetery and had the keys of death and hell. And Mary turned around and realized who it was. And she reached out to touch Jesus. And he said, touch me not, for I've not yet ascended unto the Father. You see, on the cross, he died as the lamb. But on resurrection, he got up as our great high priest. What was the journey that Jesus had to make where nobody could touch him? He had to take that same blood that he shed on the cross and take it up through the heavens, through the Milky Ways, through the galaxies, and walk into the 3rd heaven. Say good morning to the angelic choir. Look at the Father seated upon the throne. And the Bible said he walked into the tabernacle of God. Moses made a shadow of the tabernacle on earth. You can't have a shadow without a substance. There's a tabernacle in heaven with the mercy seat of God. And Jesus took that same blood that he shed on the cross and walked inside the holiest of holies and put it on the mercy seat of God. And now whosoever will can come and partake of the life and get born again by the Spirit of God. I'll prove to you the blood's in heaven. The Old Testament saints, when they died, the lamb was sacrificed to atone their sin, but it never washed it away. That's why when the Old Testament saints died, they had to go to paradise in the heart of the earth that was separated from hell by a great gulf, according to Luke chapter 16. The reason why they can't go directly to heaven, because they couldn't go any further than the blood that was shed for them. And the blood of bulls and goats never left this earth. So they couldn't either. They were restricted to a place called paradise in the heart of the earth. But when Jesus died on the cross, and he took his blood back to heaven 3 days later and put it on the mercy seat of God, when the New Testament saints that are born again, when they die, we don't go to paradise. We don't go to the heart of the earth. Here's what Paul said. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. You know why we get to go directly to heaven? Because the blood's already been there, and we get to go as far.